I always honor the art. The art is what brought me here. 10 years ago, I had no idea when the last time would come. The last time I would see my brother alive was at a train station when I said, yo, Carlos, please be on time. His name was Carlos Pablo Salcedo. We have really long names, almost as if our names had like the conquistadores listed on our birth certificate. Anyway, I said, yo, Carlos, please be on time on Saturday so I could buy you a pair of Nikes for your birthday, but Saturday never came. It quickly became the worst day. Well, you're probably wondering, what do you mean Saturday didn't come? Saturday didn't came, and it quickly became the worst day because on that day, he was no longer part of our system of time. He now resides in a place where time zones are infinite. I always tell people, utilize your time wisely. Put aside time for friends and family. If you were to ask me what time it is, I would tell you that the time is time for new life, time for a new poem. Maybe it's time I put more time into my damn poems. Maybe it's time we start seeing headlines in our time that say bad cop is doing time for pulling the trigger. People, it's time to get moving, time to set foot in a new land. But instead you're probably thinking that it's time for me to shut the fuck up because we heard too many poems tonight. Nope, not that time yet. Better get time for you to listen if you haven't been. Maybe it's time for me to just slow it down, or time for me to speed it back up so we can pick up the energy for all the poets that came before me. Pick up all the energy for the poets that came before me. Maybe it's time somebody should just clone me, put my clone in front of me so that he can challenge me, so that from the external I can look at the internal and find out what is wrong with me psychologically. Do you remember the time when we saw Michael as a black kid, or a time when my brother was just a little kid, my little brother was just a little kid, and he used to go by the name of MC Hip Hop when he used to bless mics? Maybe it's time we start issuing licenses for mics so that only people who are worthy can actually legally with authority speak through them. I wanted to speak to him and get to him. I wanted to speak to him and get to him and turn back the hands of time before he ended up doing time, looking at life while serving life from the inside of a cell. Maybe it's time we look inside of ourselves, put down the controller on your PlayStation, or else you just might stay in station. Wait, don't turn that down, just keep it on that station. It's time for my heart to hit the music, time for 120 BPMs, time for confusion, time for crying, time for passion, a new generation, time for love, time for the God above and take away my life. Naturally, the way time and fate had it meant for me, eventually we will need to stop wasting time, killing time when our forefathers would kill to be part of our time. That's why I respect my very existence at this moment in time. If you would ask me what time it is, I would tell you that maybe it's time to tell them that I too was a gladiator, tell them that I too am the motherfucking Maximus, tell them that my accent don't need to be like this to know that Columbus was a motherfucker who not only didn't discover himself, but that motherfucker discovered the devil before he discovered anything beyond his own life. Tell them that Siri needs a fucking boyfriend. Tell them that I'm freestyling from the heart. I came on this stage and ripped my own script apart. If you don't understand what that means that I'm making this shit up from the top of my brain at this very moment, and that shit's insane. Make some fucking noise if you love the art of freestyle. I'm an MC, the child of the wild style, representing New York. This motherfucking turkey, well no, I ain't no turkey, but if I was, you could put a fork in it and you would know that this shit is done. Not done in the sense that it's over, I've only just begun. You see, tonight, you need to hide your kids and hide your wife. Carvin, I love that part that you do and shit, so I'm gonna just have to shout you out on that. You better hide your kids and hide your wife, because we're gonna get verbally raped up in here. You see, tonight, I came here to let you know one thing. Kanye West and Jay-Z, they all up in Paris, and that's okay. Tonight we're inside Los Angeles, and that shit's crazy. Listen, I'm just gonna keep going. Not too long, because I know the score has to come up and we announce the winner. All I have to tell you is this. See, the paper's coming to the stage. And I ain't gonna bring no race to my brother, because he brought me here from New York City and showed me love all these years. Give it up for Shihan. Basically, I had no idea when the last time would come. The last time I would see my brother alive was at that train station. I would tell people utilize the time wisely, put aside time for friends and family. If you were to ask me what time it is, I would tell you the time is now.